This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.
Hello Australia, welcome to episode 625 of The Couch. We have got a big show today, a big bitchin' panel as well. You'll meet them very soon. We've got Claudia Tripp performing her brand new song very soon to open the show. We've also got a guy that we all know at Mix 94.5. His name is Pete Carulli. He's coming in very soon to talk about his new venture, which is called Game On Australia, so stay tuned for that one. Talking Family with Di Wilcox is here. She's talking about a brand new book. We'll give you another chance to go to Singapore, but this time, not Singapore. We're sending you anywhere in the world where Scoot flies, thanks to Scoot. All right, so stick around for that one and we'll tell you how you can enter that. And later on, Ben Aylett comes in to answer your questions tech world style. Stick around, and then don't forget Cascades coming in too to perform a song at the end, the band. Big show, big couch, 625 starts now.
It's showtime on the couch. It's showtime on the couch. You can see it from your house. You can see it from your house. It's showtime on the couch with Fred and the best in town. Yeah, it's showtime on the couch.
Welcome to The Couch. Stick around for the next hour. It's going to be fun. Thanks to Foxtel again for looking after us every week. And thank you to you at home. 60,000 people watching The Couch every week. We're really happy to have you on board. And the 5,000 or so people that watch us on Facebook, thank you as well. To open the show today, Claudia Tripp. She's got an amazing new song. It's called Get Out of My Head. Over to you, Claudia.
Haven't seen you in years, but somehow every night your face is all I see. And I'm with someone else, I forget about you till I fall asleep. And I don't know what to do to make it stop. Feel like I'm cheating when I'm not. It's not like I want you back, but I can't get you out of my head. You're there when I don't want you. You're there when I don't need you. Could you please get out of my head? You're all that I can dream of. If I ever saw you again, I'd say get out of my head. Get out of my head. I don't even know you anymore, but my subconscious thinks I do. I don't think about you at all, but my dreams revolve around you. I don't know if you think of me at all. Do you ever find yourself wanting to call? I don't even want you back, but I can't get you out of my head. You're there when I forget you. You were even there when I hated you. You're in my head. I almost wish that I could see you, just so I could ask you, please get out of my head. Get out of my head. Years ago I said this'll be the last time I'll ever find myself thinking about this guy. But now I'm waking up every damn morning. I wonder why it's you that I'm recalling. Does the same thing happen to you now? Did we walk away from something we shouldn't have? Feels like the universe is trying to tell me I'm in your head. Even when you're with her, even when I'm with him. In your head. Even when you think you hate me, you haven't seen me lately. If you get me out of your head, can you tell me how you did it? 'Cause I'm getting sick of this. I need you out of my head. Get out of my head. Ooh.
Welcome to our first segment on the couch. We've got our bitchin' segment. A couple of new bitches today. Let me welcome them from left to right, my left and right. Peter Newman, legend broadcaster. Welcome.
Pleasure to be here. I don't know about that legendary description, though.
Oh, no, that was about me.
Oh, well, yes.
You were just the broadcaster.
You are.
Peter, it's a
No, I'm a radio
pleasure.
jock.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you.
Former. Unemployed now.
Well, I heard there was a rumour you might be going to 96 FM because everybody else has. So,
I'm too old.
oh, well, they're never too old on radio. But someone that's never too old, and when we talk about old, is Chris Ilsley from Perth Tonight
I
on
feel
6PR.
unworthy with all the people I'm surrounded by.
Well,
Business tycoon, financial whiz and advocate, legendary broadcaster.
I thought you were calling Peter the business tycoon, but no.
No. Jen's a business tycoon.
Jen Merrigan from
Newspaper
Have a Go
publisher.
News. Welcome. And you'll probably be the only, can I say, independent newspaper soon once Fairfax gets taken over.
Just about.
Be careful, Seven could come after you.
Oh, I
Be a
don't.
takeover there. Surej,
Everything
thank you
has
very
its
much for
price.
coming today.
Good to
We
be
know
here.
that you're such a human rights person and social commentator, so we love having you here as well.
Which is going to be very interesting when these guys try to shoot me down on any comments I make.
I thought that might be the case. That's why we thought we'd let you go first.
Yeah, good idea.
So what's your story today? We've all got a story.
Yeah, look, I've got a story about the WA Public Housing Tenants Bill, and we know that the housing system is in a total crisis at the moment here in Western Australia. We're a long way behind in terms of accommodating all the people that we need to accommodate, and it turns out that part of the reason for that is that there's about $50 million worth of debt that's been hanging around, and public housing tenants have saddled the taxpayers with that debt, showing unpaid rent, repairs, utility bills, and that's gone up by about 15 million in the last 2 years. So seems like it's a huge amount, and I suspect that if they were able to collect all of that, they would be able to make some inroads into
So what's the
housing
blame?
crisis.
Where are we
Well,
putting the blame?
how many public houses do you reckon you could build? Take 50 million. Just for 50 million alone, how many public houses do you
Probably a
reckon?
lot. Probably about 200 or 300 houses, I would say.
And what's our shortfall at the moment? Our shortfall at the moment is I think we're about 25,000 people
that high?
behind. You know, so it's massive. So even at the rate of collecting this 50 million, if we would be able to make quite some inroads.
Do you know,
into
it
that
always
bill.
amazes me, Surej, how people get houses that are very cheap, a couple of $100 a week, sometimes lower.
Well, they're 25% of their income. That's
Correct.
how it
So it's
works.
not very much because your income's around $500 a week.
That's right.
So it's not a lot of money. But I've actually lived across the road from a government house in Balga, and it was beautiful, a little townhouse. Within 3 months, it was destroyed.
Why would you
Holes in the
destroy
wall.
a house?
I don't
They
get it.
guarantee, I mean, anyone, whether you're paying rent or mortgage, wouldn't you love to be guaranteed that no more than 25% of your income would be spent on the rent?
Yes.
That would be great.
It's-
Why would you then go and destroy a house? You can't
I
afford
would-
to
I
rent
would think it's the
privately, and
social
nobody would
issues.
give you a rental anyway.
Family breaks down, social issues.
And it's an interesting one because the vast majority of that outstanding bill actually is emanating from the northwest. So we're looking at people who are, up in the north of Western Australia, and the issues around housing there that are causing.
So what
that
would you
sort of-
do? How would you resolve it?
Well, but Suresh, can I just come in
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
The problem then is mainly with Indigenous people.
So it appears. Peter Collier.
Well,
certainly
not
has
so it
indicated-
appears, Suresh, it is.
No, well-
I know a number of friends of mine who are tradesmen and sons of tradesmen. They go there. They love the contracts. They build a new house and they say, we'll be back in 3 months because it'll be trashed.
Why does this happen? Why does
Well, I don't- that's the question.
Obviously, our Indigenous community is a part of this, and I'm saying I actually agree with Peter only because I've worked at a government department where we helped look after Indigenous
You
people.
so don't look like a public servant.
No, but you know what the
You
funniest
know
thing
why?
was?
You look too damned helpful, Fred.
I know,
Get on up.
I am
Show
helpful.
me your
Woman
public
friendly.
I was a
service
real
side.
public
And
servant.
cooperative.
And can I tell you, we had houses
Is
that
this
were
your
given
department?
to people, and they actually cut the floors out, the wooden floors, and set fire in the middle. And we'd turn up, and then we'd say, "What have you done to this $150,000 house?" And it's all about their culture. They don't do it on purpose. But is it education? What do you? Can I go down the panel very quickly, Jen? What do you think?
About public housing, I can tell you a good
What
news
do we
story.
need to do to protect the taxpayer?
Well, if you become too hard on people, it tends to have the reverse effect.
Correct.
And it's a bit like prohibition, which we've talked about lots of times.
A lot of money to be made out of prohibition.
A lot of money to be made out of prohibition. But I also look at, states like Victoria where they've got huge blocks and blocks of public housing,
Doesn't work.
of
Crime
apartments.
areas.
they become crime areas, but then
like
you can
Redfern.
house a lot of people.
There's like
So,
Redfern and places
yeah.
like that. What do you think, Chris? I'll move down, then I'll come back to you,
Yeah.
Suresh. Chris, just a quick answer.
I can't work out why somebody would get a house for a really good price and they'd then go and trash it. That does my head.
Yeah,
in.
that's
Because you
what
think,
my
hey,
thing is.
I mean, how many people would love to know that all they were going to pay, whether they're paying a rent or a mortgage,
Is
is
150 bucks or
25%
something,
of
yeah.
their income, no matter what their income is.
Correct.
Now, you can't do that in the private.
I guess it's all
rental.
about respect. It's all about being
saying,
part
hey,
of
I've
this
got
country.
a house, I've got a roof over my head, going to
Yeah.
keep the elements
My
out.
dad lives next door to someone in public housing, and they've
They look
improved the
after.
property.
I agree. I know lots of people that look after.
Yeah.
So we've got to sort of say there's good people and there's bad, like everything else. Yourself, Peter, you just to wrap the discussion up.
I grew up in a Holmes West home with my mother and my brother.
Yep.
And we appreciated it.
Yeah.
It was kept
It's home.
immaculate. And the garden, we had a big quarter-acre block, and the garden was lovely, and the home was kept the way it should be kept.
I guess you've got
But I
pride.
don't
People have
understand.
pride.
I don't understand how someone can go in and continuously trash the homes that they're given.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's like eating that.
I don't know.
You know,
I don't
eating the what's the word?
Biting
say?
the hand that eats.
Yeah, biting the
Yeah,
hand
yeah,
that
yeah.
feeds
Look,
you.
Can
Can
I
I get a
have
wrap
more
it up?
answers?
Look, one of the models that we've used extensively in parts of Western Australia is where you go into partnership with community organisations for them to own the housing. So rather than the department
Correct.
going
Oh.
out there and buying the houses,
What a great idea.
you go and engage with the Aboriginal Legal Service and say, you go and buy a whole host of houses, we'll fund a portion of it. Now it becomes the responsibility of
And
that
they will make
agency.
sure that it's looked
That's
after.
right. It
Nah,
works
well
well. Community housing
That
as opposed
actually
to
makes
social
sense.
housing.
That
Thank
makes
you.
a
And
lot
does
of
that
sense.
work?
It works. It works very
we-
well. It's worked
can we
very
move
well
on,
with refugee
folks?
groups.
So,
Let's
Suresh,
move
it's a
to-
devolution of authority and accountability.
Yeah.
Let's move
So
on
it's
to
not a
Jen, and then we
bureaucrat.
can
Sorry,
come back.
it's not a bureaucrat
That's
in
right.
Perth saying, Bruin, this was.
I think it's a
Yeah,
great
it'll be
idea.
someone back.
You're giving somebody else a responsibility. It's like if you said to me, Fred, you're in charge of these 10 houses.
Yep.
If you don't, you won't get paid.
Yep.
And I'd make sure I looked after them.
Yeah.
Jen,
Well, that local community thing works. Okay, I'm talking about the plastic bag.
now, can I tell you what I
There's
know
not
about
one
this?
plastic part about you, Jen. Why are you talking
We
about
had the
plastic?
state government. We had the state government ban bags from 1st of July,
Yeah.
whenever it was. Then Coles and Woolworths decided to make money out of these recyclable bags.
Yes.
Then Coles was smart enough to say, because I went to Coles and they said a lot of people were saying, we're not going to buy the bags, so they'd leave their trolleys full in the queue and throw them, and make the staff put everything away.
Oh, really?
So now, yeah, that's the reason why it happened. So Coles decided to open every checkout to make sure people didn't get grumpy, and they were giving bags for free. What's happened since then?
So then they did a backflip, and they went back from charging 15 cents to giving them for free, and now they're saying that they're going from the 29th of August.
They're charging
They're
again.
charging again. But interesting. I went shopping yesterday, and we trained ourselves in the last 6 months to use our
Take your own bags.
take our own bags, and it's not that difficult. And we always make sure we have a few in the car for those opportunities where you just pop into the shops. And so that's been really good. But then you go shopping and you think, well, Coles are giving away the little minis at the moment, plastic,
The plastic figurines.
and loads and loads of packaging. Then you go to the fruit and veggie.
You do realise we're
part.
talking about shopping and this
Yes.
is a completely
Do you know-
alien concept.
We get what you mean. The bags that they used to put tomatoes in.
To put all your fruit and veg
And then all the
everything in.
mandarins in those little plastic
Exactly,
trays.
and then
The meats in
everything,
plastic
all your
trays.
strawberries come in
Yep, punnets.
punnets,
punnets,
and,
yeah.
and then
And your
all your
meat.
meat comes in in
Can I tell you, I
plastic.
think it's a load of crap. This whole thing
Actually,
about
that
the recycling
describes
is a load
supermarket
of crap.
meat perfectly.
Because they've
Yeah.
done it
No,
to
not
make money.
necessarily.
Go
No.
on.
But no, I disagree because they're employing butchers. Those butchers that used to be in the corner butchery. Because you don't shop, you don't know. In every Woolworths, there's 2 or 3.
Woolworths
properly-
has centralised all their butchery into one
Yeah,
location.
no,
It's all farmed out.
No.
Yes,
no,
it
no,
is.
no.
Yes, it is.
I see a butcher. I speak to a butcher in Woolworths at South Fremantle.
He's got no choice.
Well, anyway, no. But I'm confused. Jen, mate, what's the point of it all?
Exactly.
I don't see the point.
Well,
I
don't
agree with
understand.
you. There's no
Who's
point.
driving this? Who's driving this?
I don't
It's
know. I
ideology.
don't-
that's driving it.
exactly. It's a feel-good thing. The government started it saying they're going to stop single-use
They're
plastic
talking
bags.
recycling. They're talking
And
recycling.
and we go. I've been to so many shops, small shops, where they're still using single-use bags.
They've got
for a
until
start.
there's a funny
Yeah.
little quirk in the law that they won't actually prosecute anyone till January the 1st next year. But if they're really that bothered about plastic, why wouldn't you just simply say no plastic? I'll give you another example. Those little so-called single-use bags.
Yeah.
used to throw those in the wheelie bin. You know, you put your
Yeah.
rubbish and you'd use them as
Yes.
a bin liner and throw them in the wheelie bin. So one of two things, you're either going to throw the rubbish without a bag in the wheelie bin, which you're not going to do, and come bin day, I'm going to say it's going to walk out to the garbage truck all by itself, or you're going to put one of those giant plastic bin liners.
But
Well,
the
they still sell
hypocrisy
them.
is, I
It
think,
is.
Are they just-
It's
are they just
absolute
reusable?
hypocrisy.
You know what?
especially when
giant
they had
ones.
the little...
Can I just say, I think the
Yeah.
intent,
Yeah, but
folks, I think the intent's all about recycling, but I do agree with Peter and everybody else has obviously got the same view.
And-
We're not really achieving recycling because if I can pay for a plastic bag, if I went to Coles the other day, and if we're into recycling, they should have no bags for sale. Okay?
No,
It's
that's
all
right.
paper
Because
bags.
I am one of those people, and I'll tell you, I'm quite
Do you know
happy
it
to
uses
admit
more
it.
energy to make a
I buy
paper bag
10
than a
bags and then I
plastic
throw
bag.
them in the bin. I do not care about paying $2 for the plastic bag because I've just spent $300 on shopping. So I'm one of those people that buys the bags and then I throw them in the bin. I've got to be very honest with you, I'm not a big recycler. I don't have a problem with other people doing it because unless you get China, India and all those other countries to start recycling and stopping the plastic use,
Well, here's
it's
a-
pretty pointless
Well,
Australia
here's an
trying to run the
inconvenient
world.
truth. There are
Yeah.
10 rivers in Asia and Africa where 90% of the world's plastic's being dumped.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do we all agree it's pretty much a pointless exercise of what the way they're doing it now?
Of course
Yeah.
it is. But it makes
Peter?
you feel good.
Oh,
You
I
are
mean,
doing something.
Well, Mayor Brad Pettit, the
Yep.
academic
Fremantle.
Green, he's disqualified in 2 instances, loves it.
Yeah.
He was trying to lead the world in Fremantle,
you
lead
think it's a
Australia.
great-
Oh, yeah, but he's so
Do-
far left, he's taken the right turn
Do you
indicators out
think
of
they're
his
doing
motor.
the right thing? Do you all think it's working? Saran?
No,
I
no,
must
no.
say, since we've had our red bin and our yellow bin, we only put our red bin out every 2 weeks. And I cook. We cook. We don't buy
Yeah,
lots of
yep.
takeaway or anything. We cook most nights. So we've definitely got into it. But then you find out that what you're actually putting in your yellow bin is not actually recycled in Australia.
Exactly. Let's move on because we
Yes.
could talk about
Yep.
this all day, and it seems that we are talking about it every week.
Yes.
But Chris Ilsley, I'm sure you're not talking about recycling today.
No, I'm talking about Alice. And I know you're going to say, who the is Alice?
Who sang the
Alice?
song?
Which one?
living
In
next
Ellen.
door to
Yeah.
Alice.
Oh, yes, Smokey.
Good.
All right. Autonomous LiDAR concept for law enforcement is what ALICE is an acronym for.
Oh dear.
Say that again. I love acronyms. Bureaucratic
Autonomous
acronym.
LiDAR concept for law
Did you say
enforcement.
LADAR or LADAS?
LiDAR.
Oh, LIDAR.
What's LiDAR?
LiDAR is me. LiDAR is Alice. Right.
Fair enough.
Now,
Well, we've got it straight
what
down.
this thing looks like is it looks like a Dalek without the ray gun.
Okay.
It does. It
I
does.
does.
saw that, the speed camera that's
Yeah.
supposed to avoid speeding, but all it does is get
It's a
revenue.
mobile. It's like a trailer, and then everything fits over it.
I wonder if we can
But you
franchise
see,
one.
all the bad driving habits people have, you know, doing burnouts and people hanging out the window giving you a brown eye and, you know, all those other things sitting on their mobile phone. Alice doesn't pick that up.
Oh, really?
No.
No.
So is it
Alice,
just
only,
speeding?
Alice only picks
Is it
up
only
speed.
speeding?
Yeah,
That-
that's all.
who on this panel agrees that this does not stop speeding?
What's the revenue reason?
All it does is make money.
Me.
Makes money.
Yeah.
Makes
Because
money.
isn't
Makes
it
money.
too late once you've already gone through that to reduce the speed?
And isn't it
You've
funny-
done it already.
You've done it?
Isn't it funny every time a government, an opposition becomes a government and the opposition says, these are a disgrace, the government is just making money, as soon as they come to government they go, oh, yeah. I think somebody actually says, do you know how much we're making from these?
I am just. I'll let Peter talk
Chris, a
first.
question.
Yep.
How much money that's raised from speeding fines goes to consolidated revenue and how much actually goes to road safety? Do you know?
Isn't there a
Well,
road traffic fund
well,
of some kind?
There was supposed to be, and it was called red light and speed camera funds,
Yeah.
but the amount, everything that they're raising from this is not going to road
It
safety.
goes to revenue.
And
government,
anyway, when you
consolidated
look at,
revenue.
I'll give you a simple example, and this applies in Western Australia. I have no doubt it applies in other parts of Australia as well. The vast majority of fatalities occur in the country. So if this is a road safety device, why isn't it out on country roads where most deaths occur?
Speed cameras are never seen in country.
I
areas.
have
How
no
many of
respect
these
for
are
speed
there?
camera. When I went to New South, I know we need to move on to
That I
Peter.
know of. There's probably
Chris,
more.
in Sydney, the thing I love about Sydney is they've got these signs everywhere saying speed cameras ahead. Even if they're not, you go, oh, I'm going to slow down. We should be doing it in Perth, but they're too afraid. If we put up those signs here in Perth, they're not going to
revenue.
make any money.
No,
So
that's what it's all about.
It's all revenue.
I can
These are
remember,
road
here's an
safety
interesting
devices.
point. I worked for Police Commissioner Falconer for a
did.
time, and I always flash lights if I see a speed camera to oncoming traffic.
We do
and
too.
he approved of that. He said, that's fine,
Yep.
as long as it's not a hazardous, it's not going to impair the
blind
vision
anybody
of
else, yeah.
letting people, because that's the purpose, to stop speeding. It's
Correct.
all about raising revenue. That was the view of Commissioner Falconer, who may be watching in
Correct.
Melbourne.
Let's go to Pete. Pete, you wind us up with your story.
Well, yes, it concerns
literally wind us up.
the member for Lindsay, Emma Hussar, who is
a federal MP in
conveniently
the Labor
taking
Party.
personal leave. She's under investigation by Jack Fallon, who's been appointed by the West Australian PHEL, not EFLON, by the New South Wales Labor Party to investigate some very serious allegations against Emma, the member for Lindsay. She won the seat in 2016 on a very small margin. Allegations of bullying. There's some strange, bizarre sexual allegations
I
against
heard
her.
allegations she took off her top in front of another member of Parliament.
Well, she gets the one that I found intriguing was she was using her staff to clean up her dog's excrement. Now, appalling
That would be a
behaviour.
shitty job.
And she was using taxpayer-funded money to buy her groceries. And she's done the single mother card. I'm waiting for her to use the Indigenous races card because I discovered she's a person of Indigenous heritage.
Hasn't she
far-
done the woman card yet?
Yes, she did. Yes,
she's also
proved-
used-
yeah,
Apparently,
But-
money was deposited into her personal bank account.
Yes,
and
yes.
she's also used Comcard
Comcard
inappropriately.
to these, appalling behaviour. And of course, Shifty Shorten, the union handbag man, not bag man, not handbag, he may have a handbag. He says, well, the dog is a therapy dog. Now, what is a therapy dog? I have no idea.
Oh, didn't
this
you hear
woman
the story?
doesn't. She should not be.
Didn't you hear the story in America? This person was most indignant because they wanted to take their therapy peacock on a flight,
Yes,
and the airline wouldn't allow them.
What does a therapy dog do? She is on now, and how many single
She's on
mothers?
about $220,000 a year.
She's on just under $4,000 a week.
That's a lot of money.
And she went up and saw a concert in Brisbane, taxpayer
Correct,
fund.
correct.
I mean, Bronwyn started it all with the helicopter, but this woman should
call
not be
the helicopter.
representing, and she's got a
Jets
nanny
faster.
working
Yep.
in the electorate office.
Peter, do you wonder how many more politicians are doing exactly the same
Well,
thing?
where would we be without the media?
allowances.
They've
Yes.
got their snouts on the top, but this example is so blatant.
You would think that she could be expelled from Parliament. I
Won't
think that
happen.
might be the case.
No, it won't happen.
Won't happen.
Right.
She
You know
will
what will
not be
happen?
pre-selected
Yes.
in the election next year.
I can predict to you what's going to happen. The inquiry will find that she acted inappropriately, but what will happen is she'll pull out of being Labor and she'll be an independent for the rest of her time.
But I
and she'll
guess
be allowed to do that.
We have a precedent after Barnaby Joyce. Almost any behaviour is acceptable.
Yep.
You know, the reality is that he was also placing people in,
I
you know,
agree.
in different departments and so on. And
Guess what,
clearly-
folks? We're right up to about 20 minutes now, but we thought we couldn't fill 17.
They told us-
We've done 20.
They
This
said-
is a good rehearsal.
No, they said you will never fill 17
Can I-
minutes.
can I
Have you
thank
got
you
two
all?
stories? And I laughed and said, we
Peter,
only
you've
need
got
one.
to come back because we'd love to have you back.
It's a pleasure.
Especially the fact
But
that
I
you
wonder
like
how
knocking
many
the
young,
Labor Party.
have you got some demographic research?
Yes, we do.
Well, have you got many young people? Would they be
Oh,
familiar
yeah, well,
with
compared to you, they're probably
Basic
young.
Instinct and Sharon Stone, the reference?
Well,
I am. I'm
remember-
terrified of ice picks.
I'm very flexible. I could probably do the whole Sharon Stone thing if you want me to.
No.
Thank you.
He's wearing the right
Ladies and
dress
gentlemen,
It's a
you are
pleasure.
wonderful.
Thank you.
Love
Thank
to have
you,
back.
Fred.
And
It's been a
I can just
pleasure.
imagine Peter on one end and Ted on the other, Labor Liberal there.
Hang on,
They're
I'm
both actually you're both. He's Labor. You're
no, I'm just conservative. I support
Good.
small business.
Good to hear.
Thank you.
Yay.
Chris Ilsley, Perth tonight, of course,
Thank
Monday
you.
to Friday, 8 to midnight.
Yes.
6PR. Jen Merrigan, Have a Go News coming out soon. Another one.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
out in the streets
And
now.
Suresh looking after people
Suresh.
as always. Suresh.
Raj.
looking after people who can't look after themselves.
He's a
Keep
man.
up the great
He's
job.
a
We'll be
Christian
back.
gentleman.
But nobody ever mentioned this fact. This guy was a finance guru.
He
Yes,
was.
yes.
On
I mean, we're
882.
talking about
6
Mr.
PR.
Capitalist
Haven't we
personified.
all been something?
Well,
with
how's he
PR?
changed? He's gone
Capitalist
the
with a
other
social
way.
contract.
Usually you become a socialist, then you become
Yes.
conservative. But he's done the reversal, Suresh Rajan. He was
time to go to a break.
capitalist, now he's a socialist.
Suresh sues us. That's right. We'll be back with more of the Couch Up. Well done, everybody. Well, welcome back to the couch. It's time to talk gaming, and the guy who knows everything about gaming, so I found out, is Pete Curulli from Mix 94.5. But this is Game On Australia. Pete, welcome.
Thank you very much. I don't know if I know everything about gaming, but I'll certainly go as far as I possibly can with you, mate.
Do you know, all my years in radio, people say, you know everything. I said, no, but I make up what I don't know. So let's hope you can make it up if you don't know it. But tell us a little bit about you, Pete. Because a lot of
Yeah.
people listen to your voice, and probably this is the first time they've gone, wow, that guy's really hot, and the guy next to Fred too. But
Up your luck. It's in
Tell
the
us-
jacket. It's definitely in the jacket.
definitely is everything else. in
So
there too.
I guess, yeah, look, I came back to Perth after doing a bit of a stint in the eastern states. Lucky enough to jump on Mix 94.5 and now do the Rush Hour with Lisa and Pete. Going very well. The Perth audience loves a local show, as you know.
Made in Perth, not just played in Perth.
Exactly right. But look, since the age of 5, my dad bought a Nintendo Entertainment System. This was going back in 1991. And from then, I've had a love affair with games. And it just so happens that Australia's finally starting to catch up with the rest of the world in terms of technology. So we decided to pursue it. And Game On Australia was literally a little bit of fun that started between myself and another guy that you might have heard of from around the traps, Dan the Internet. And podcasting is starting to become a real growth industry, particularly here in Australia as well. And we thought to ourselves, geez, it'd be a bit of fun to talk about gaming for an hour a week. And we did it, and we just decided to keep doing it. And now we're 90 episodes in. We're
That's
going.
a lot of episodes.
It's a lot of episodes.
Yeah.
We're going on close to 2 years now, and it's been a crazy ride. We're not just on iTunes and Android, but we're now on Qantas International and Domestic.
Amazing. Well done.
We're on Jetstar Domestic as well. We have a growing team that's working for us that's doing reviews and news online at GameOnAUS.com.
So you're very professional, aren't you?
Well, I like to think so, but you know, that
Yeah.
I suppose that's up to the people watching.
So what? Tell me how it all works, because I know I've only just got onto you because I saw you on Instagram. Tell me if I'm a gamer or someone that loves to know about games, how do we get a hold of you? How do we watch you?
You just basically we're everywhere, right, is the easiest way to put it. So Twitch, which is, if you think about it, as the YouTube, but for gamers, we're on there and we stream consistently. We're on iTunes, we're on Android if you want to listen to some audio gaming, and every week we do, you know, a top 3 news that gamers need to hear. We talk about the sort of things that gamers are talking about. We have a couple of rants here and there, and we have a lot of interviews as well because we've got some great connections with a lot of people in the industry. We're talking about, you know, the big wigs for Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. So if it's happening in gaming, we try our best to get a hold of them and get them onto the podcast and have a chat.
So I'm saying, Game On Australia.
That's right.
And what days can we watch you on the podcast?
So the podcast itself is you can download that any day of the
Anytime?
week, right? We do 1 episode per week. The Qantas and Jetstar episodes are an update every couple of months. And as far as Twitch is concerned and YouTube, Twitch we pretty much stream as often as we possibly can. I see you've actually got some footage rolling right now. This is me playing a competitive game
So do you
of
physically
Overwatch.
play the games yourself? So
I do.
You don't tell us how to do it. You actually show us that it can be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah.
it's like a running commentary while you're playing.
Well, it's part of the fun. Like, you know, at the end of the day, gaming is about playing the video games.
like
If you're
it.
not playing the video games, then, you know, you're missing out.
And what about if you're a novice? Right? Say that you're a very talented radio announcer, but has never played games, if you're listening, Fairfax. Could I get involved and could I learn how to play these games?
Absolutely, you can. I would say the first thing to know is that you're not a novice, you're a noob.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the word
knob, you
for
mean?
it.
I've heard that one before.
Well, I'm not
radio.
sure just yet.
Noob.
But look, if you
Yeah.
know the beauty about video games these days
Yeah.
is it is massive in terms of the games that you can play. So you can start out nice and easy. And in fact, I've actually brought in a couple of things that are a really great way to sort of dip your toe in. One of them's a handheld console which came out over the last sort of year or so called the Nintendo Switch. And the other one is a much smaller version of
Just
the
saying, if you
Nintendo.
can turn your screen on and just tilt it down so
Oh,
we can grab it
sure.
on the...
So, hang on a sec. Here we go. We're just going to
Let's see if
pop
we
that
can...
back
There
on.
you go, it's on. So what's that?
There you go. So this is the Nintendo Switch.
The Switch.
This is the latest console from Nintendo. And the
Wow.
beauty about this is you're playing the top grade games, right? Like your Super Marios, your Legend of Zeldas, all that sort of stuff. You can do what's called you dock it, right? So it
Yep.
allows you to put it on a big screen in your living room
So
and
everyone can
whatnot.
watch it.
Exactly. But then, say for example, like me, I've got a couple of kids, right? I really love to play my video games. It just so happens that they wake up, they want to watch the Wiggles, all that sort of stuff. I can actually go over to the system. I can drop these two things either side of the screen that you're seeing now into the screen and pull it out and keep playing it.
Oh, you can move it to another room.
Exactly.
If you want to. What a great idea.
It is a top of the range portable console, and that's what I love about it.
Now, tell me, is there an age group for who should be watching Game on Us? Game on Australia, not Game on Oz. Is there an age group you sort of target?
Not in particular. I guess these days, when it comes to the digital world, as you probably know through YouTube and podcasts, all that sort of stuff, people find you.
Of all ages, too.
You know, so especially when it comes to things like this, you focus on talking about what you absolutely love, and then people come find you. And the beauty about gaming is, it is like age ranges are all over the place.
Well, I was going to ask you, you know your demographics, you know people out there watching. Is it a big thing, and why has it become such a big thing? Is it because we live such stressful lives? What's caused this, surge?
Geez, where do I even begin to answer that question? I like to put it into two different types of things, okay? And I think this is something that I'll have to come back one day and talk more about.
Definitely have you
right?
back.
But, you've got gaming as we know it, which is just everybody getting together every now and again, whether it be on their PCs, their Nintendos, the Xbox, whatever, and hanging out and playing socially together, or playing your first player games with the big titles. And then we've got the rise of esports. Now, the other thing that I do is I actually am a director for a national youth esports company here in Australia as well. And my time as part of Flak Test has been just incredible to watch the rise of esports. And that's the biggest thing. Now, I'm going to tell you one particular figure to do with esports that's going to blow your mind, okay? And this is why I'm saying that we got to save this for another time. But I'll tell you one thing just to tease you, okay? There's one particular game that we use called Dota.
Okay.
All right, so imagine like a chessboard. One team starts in the top right, one team starts in the bottom left, and the idea is to get to the other's base and destroy it, okay? This year, the Dota 2 International will be watched by over 400 million people in that week.
You said 400?
400 million people, right, across all of its digital assets.
Wow.
The top players in the world, just playing for the teams, and I'm not talking about sponsorship money, all that sort of stuff, will earn in excess of $1 to $2 million playing for those teams. The grand finals will be played out at 40,000 plus sold out arenas. And the total prize pool for this year's international is $27 million.
I'm on board, Pete.
So,
goodbye 6PR.
This is something that a lot of people
that is amazing figures.
If you're not in the industry, you don't quite know, but it is slowly starting to gather steam. Esports is coming.
Now, that sounds fantastic. Do you also sell the gear that people need, or you're not into that?
We're not into that side of things.
Right. You could probably suggest where people can get the latest stuff.
Exactly. If you want to know everything there is to know about gaming and information, that's what we do.
These games here,
yes.
These are the ones that you said are good for starters?
Yeah, these are great for starters. And the reason why I picked these is because they're both 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10s. The Legend of Zelda and Super Mario Odyssey are the latest titles.
And what's this machine here? It looks like someone's put it in the microwave.
Do you recognise this?
It looks like the old Atari or something.
Right, okay. So this is...
That's showing my age.
This is the NES...
Atari?
What is an Atari? Actually, funny story, just really quickly about the Atari. It's coming to Tesla's new cars in the next update.
Wow.
Yeah. So version 9.0, if you've got a Tesla car, you'll be able to play Atari.
Pete, I reckon we just get rid of the further guests and just keep you here for the whole day.
Sure. I'll be here as long as you want. That
Wonderful.
Really quickly, that's the NES Mini Classic. All right, 30 games on that, reliving your childhood.
Comes with the 30 games?
Comes with the 30 games.
What's that worth?
That is, here in Australia at the moment, that's going for $99.95. That's retail.
$99, $100. What a great present for Christmas or birthdays.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we're turning the gaming world on here with Game On Australia. Thank you very much for coming in. I know we'd love to have you back to talk more because you're a fun guy. Where can people get information? I know we've got your website details.
Yep, absolutely. So if you want to actually join in the community, GameOnAUS.com is where you can find all the details that you need. And really quickly, we're giving away a gaming chair valued at $349, and all you have to do is be a member of the Facebook page.
When do I have to pick that up by?
I'll bring it to you.
Oh, thank you, Pete. That'll be a good way of getting you back. Pete Corelli, of course, from Game On Australia. Mix 94.5, Monday to Friday. What's the time on that one too?
3 till 5, the rush hour.
And that's called
weekdays.
The Rush Hour. You don't even have to rush. You just tune in about 10 to 4. And it goes to what time? 5 o'clock,
Goes
is it?
till 5 o'clock,
So I've got plenty of time to get to you.
Plenty of time, right?
Fantastic.
We'd love to have
and
you.
what time do you finish? 7?
No, 5 o'clock. We jump on the air at 3. We're off at 5.
But you know what it is? It's because you're live. I'm so used to these programs coming to
Exactly.
you 3 hours earlier.
From
and
the eastern
so
states.
confusing.
And yada, 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 yeah.
That's Pete Carulli. Thank you very much. Game on Australia. Check out our website for more details. We will have you back because you've got lots of information.
Looking forward to it, Fred.
Thank you very much. We'll take a break, come back and talk family matters with a fantastic book called The Magic Coat with Di Wilcox. See you soon. Welcome back to the couch. As always, it's a pleasure to have Di Wilcox, but she's got a couple of friends today, Lily and Astrid Putalo. Thank you for coming in today, and thank you to Di.
Hi Fred, thanks for having us. Welcome Lily, welcome Astrid, thank you for coming along. You two girls are looking beautiful, by the way. And today you're going to be helping me talk about something that's pretty important. So lots of children have problems, don't they? You hear about kids talking about problems at school and things that they're worried about. Lily, tell me some things that you've heard kids say that they're worried about.
Well, some kids are worried about what other people think of them and how they look.
That's a big one, isn't it? That they want to feel like they fit in and that people approve of them. That's a great one. And you're 11, aren't you, Lily? So that's what you're seeing at your age. And Astrid, you've had some worries in the past, haven't you? Can you tell us about some of the things you've been worried about?
I've been worried about bugs in my bed, like if they're going to give me cancer or if I'm going to have spiders on me.
So you get worried about bugs in the bed and you get worried about getting sick. And do you know what I say to kids when we do the workshops? We never laugh at anybody's problems, do we? Because everyone, to them, that really matters, what they're thinking about. So you came along and you did the Magic Coat workshop with me, and we've now got this storybook, haven't we?
Yeah.
So you girls both have a favourite character in here. Yeah? Who would like to start and tell us who their favourite character is and how it helps them? Lily or Astrid?
Lily.
Lily's going to go. Okay, Lily, tell me what I'm looking for.
My favourite character is Michelle.
Michelle and the Magic String of Shells?
Yes, yeah. Because sometimes when I went to camp at school, I was missing like Lisa and Dad and like Mum and the dogs and stuff.
And so how does Michelle help you?
When I was at camp, I wrote like things on my fingers.
The people that you were missing, and you pretended that was your magic string of shells, and then what you do is you think of them, hold it tight and send them an invisible hug?
Yeah.
Good girl, well done. And who's your favourite character, Astrid?
I don't know how to pronounce it, but Winona the Warrior.
Winona the Warrior. Shall we find Winona? Let's have a look where Winona is. Here she is. Let's have a look. Can you tell everyone what Winona does?
Winona makes you feel good, and she has a magic beach ball, and if someone says something mean, you drop it, and then if they say something nice, then you catch the ball.
Oh, should we have a go?
Can we just
I'm going.
hold them up a little bit higher for us?
Is that a bit
Thank
better?
you.
There we go, Fred. Sorry.
Sorry
and
about
so, Astrid and Lily, let's have a go doing that. Let's pretend I've got a magic beach ball. I'm going to say some sentences to you. If you like what I say, you can catch the beach ball. If you don't like, you're going to drop it. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I love your sparkly top. I love your glasses. You're not coming to my birthday party. Well, she's dropping it. You're not playing with me at lunchtime. Oh, well done, girls. So we know that when people say words that are not nice to us, we don't have to accept those words. We can choose to let those words go, can't we?
Yeah.
And the other thing about Winona is she tells us to write all our worries down on a piece of paper before we go to sleep at night so that we can get to sleep. Did you find that helped?
I haven't done it, but I've blown my balloon.
Oh, you like doing the balloon strategy. Should we tell people about that?
Yeah.
So when we get funny feelings of I feel really stressed and worried, we pretend we have an imaginary balloon
Yeah.
and tell us what we do.
So you have an invisible balloon, and then you have to take 3 deep breaths, and after you have to think of something positive.
Okay, so here's your imaginary balloon. What colour is it?
Pink.
It's pink. Okay, show us how we do it. Big deep breath in. Oh. Good girl. Did that make you feel better? Because you were a bit nervous coming on TV today. Maybe you should have blown up your balloon before we started this. Do you think that would have been helpful?
Yeah.
That's really good. So would you say to other kids, if you've got problems and you've got some worries, that they should have a look and read this book and get some ideas on how to manage those worries? Should we keep worrying about our worries? No. Kids should be what?
Happy.
Happy and joyful. That's so good, girls. And I'm amazed at what you've picked up from all those workshops. And I'm so pleased that you felt comfortable enough to come along and share them with everyone. Is there anything else you want to tell people about the Magic Coat that you remember?
About the ladder.
Oh, you like doing
worry ladder.
Always write a worry ladder, yes. So with a worry ladder, you want to make sure you you draw a ladder, 10 rungs on it. You put your little worries 1 to 3, middle worries 4, 5, 6, and your big worries 7 to 10, don't you? And that way Mum and Dad know what's going on in your head so we can help each other. High five, girls. You did such an amazing job. Well done. Thank you so much for coming along and sharing the Magic Coat with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
Do you notice my stance?
I'm noticing your stance, and we talk about body language, don't we,
What
girls?
does that mean, girls? You know what I'm upset about? We've run out of time. If we had plenty of time, I'd say, yeah. Well done. Thank you very much. Di, just before we go, what's your website?
The website that to purchase the book, you want to go to themagiccoat.com, and it's
Di
available
Wilcox
on the
as
website.
well.
Yeah, and that's
.com.au.
my personal
I think
website
we do.
there.
Do we have the Magic Coat website as well? I think we've got it there as
We
well.
have, there it is
Magiccoat.com. And the books are still available.
The
and
books are
people
still
need
available, absolutely.
Can I ask you how much they are?
They are $20 with $5 postage and handling
What
fee.
a bargain. Great book. Now, just before we wrap up, tell us why people need to get the book. Apart from the kids loving it.
It's a tool for every family. So it enables families to have these discussions about what the problems and worries that kids have, and say to them, it's going to be okay. You can manage this yourself.
Love the book. I've read it myself. Tell me, it helps everybody, parents and all.
I love
Thank
that.
you, Di. Thank you, kids. Astrid and Lily, thanks for coming in. And you did really, really well. Okay, so I think was that the one? Well done.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the young girls can get on their phones and SMS us as well, because we've got a competition thanks to Scoot. We are giving you a chance of flying anywhere in the world where Scoot flies. You could go to Mali, Malaysia, China, Berlin, or do what I'm doing, go to Athens. Now, there's 2 tickets, not to Singapore, anywhere in the Scoot network. All you have to do is send the code word, which is Scoot. It's always Scoot. It's SCOOT, Scoot. Send it to 0439 929 929. 0439 929 929. You can also email us at scoot@thecouch.com.au. Don't forget the code word Scoot on whether it's an email or an SMS. Your name and address must be there. I'll repeat it again. Your name and address must be there. If it's not, we just delete them. Okay? Please send those through, and hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we'll send someone anywhere in the world where Scoot flies. So why don't you try something different? Fly Scoot, and you'll get your airfares, your baggage, and your seat all included. Thanks to Scoot for that. And thanks to you for watching. We'll see you at the other side of this break. Thank you to Di. Thanks to everybody in the studio. After the break, more Couch. We'll talk about computers, tech with Ben. Welcome back. It's been a great show. Thanks for your company too for watching the show. And if you like the show, please go on our Facebook page and tell us you like it, or go to our website, which is thecouch.com.au. Very simple, thecouch.com.au. A man that knows our website, plus his own, benaylett.com. Welcome, Ben Aylett.
Thanks very much, Fred.
You have been getting around. I've seen you on Channel 9 News talking about these predators, which I'm going to ask you about. You've been on a lot of different platforms. You do cybersecurity these days.
That's right. It's almost a full-time job for me now, is cybersecurity.
Isn't it amazing that cybersecurity takes up so much time today, now, in 2018? What's caused that, Ben?
Well, because a lot of the creative bad guys out there have found ways to make even more money just by leveraging the technology that they have. One of the most notable ones at the moment is ransomware as a service. So these bad guys are out there and they develop this kit which they use, and they sell it to criminal organisations, and the criminal organisations buy a licence to use this kit for a certain amount of time, and the bad guys provide things like the kit. They provide the backup or the installation support on the poor victims' computers.
Like customer service as well.
Exactly like customer service. They do have a customer support department as well. So when the customers are pinged by this ransomware, there's a number on the ransomware for them to call. They call the customer service and they tell them how to buy bitcoins to then pay the ransom.
Isn't it an amazing new world when it comes to computers and cyber? And the fact that we have to now concentrate on cyber security. Like someone like me, an individual person at home, do we need to worry about this?
Everyone needs to worry about cybersecurity. It's a lot like the old health and safety thing, where it's not just one person's concern, it's everyone's concern. It's the same thing with cybersecurity, because if you get infected, then you're putting all the friends in your contact lists or all the people in your social networks at risk. So it is everyone's problem. So we all have to be
for those
a little
people
more
who
wary
think
about
it's just
cybersecurity.
corporate, it's not.
It is definitely not.
Now, cybersecurity, can we also do it on the phone, or should we just concentrate on PCs and laptops?
Cybersecurity, okay, so the trick is cybersecurity is not just about the technology. 95% of all cybersecurity incidents are a direct result of human error or human interaction. So it's not so much the things in our hands, it's the thing between our ears that we have to tune for cybersecurity.
Oh, wow.
So simple things like not playing with links we might get in an email, or stories that are too good to be true we might see on Facebook. We click on the link. At first it's not too bad, but then about 2 or 3 stories deep, that's when things start to go south and you pick up viruses, or your Facebook account is compromised. There are just so many ways.
Do you know that's happened to all of us, where people have sent me
Just
an
about.
email, an invoice, for example. I got
Yes.
one the other day from the Water Authority or someone,
Yep.
and it says invoice. There's nothing else on except the WA Water Authority. You do click, like most people would click on the actual file,
Yep.
and it opened up something completely different. And I thought, oh, this is a scam. Because then what I do is, I don't know if this is the right way of doing it, I go on the email address that it came from and I do the lookup thing.
Yep.
And you'll always notice he'll never say, it should be, if it is the Water Authority, it'll be like customer service at waterauthority.gov.wa or whatever it is. But it comes up with this weird name that has
Exactly.
nothing to do with government or water.
Yeah.
So you know straight away, just delete them.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of my clients are starting to get smarter when it comes to dealing with weird emails.
Yep.
So
It's a big part of life now, isn't it? These scams. I mean, we hear about it every week. People are being scammed to tunes of thousands and thousands of dollars.
Yep.
So you really do need to sort of wake up to it
Yeah.
and look into it. Even if it doesn't affect you right now, look into it so you're aware so it doesn't happen to you.
Absolutely.
Now, you had a story there that you sent to me and you wanted to chat about it, something about putting pressure on our telcos.
Yeah. Now there is an initiative getting together. It's under Nine Saver, I think it is. They're trying to get 100,000 Australians together to collectively bargain with the telcos.
So will that work? But you mean, say for example, we want cheaper plans and stuff like that?
Yeah.
We all get collectively, it's like a big lawsuit together, but it's more a question sort of thing.
Yeah, it's not quite a class action.
Correct.
But it is more like a representative would go along
Using
and say,
numbers.
hey, I've got 100,000 people here ready to sign. Hey, Optus, hey, Telstra, hey, TPG.
Correct.
Offer us a good deal.
Do us a deal.
You do us a deal. We've got 100,000 people ready to go. Show us what you got.
Yeah, look, I think that's a wonderful idea.
I think it's a brilliant idea.
What can people do to get involved? I know it's on the Nine website, Nine News.
Yeah.
It's actually got a link to that. The story, what's it called there?
It is. The story is called Aussies Urged to Lean on People Power to Save Hundreds a Year on NBN
Yep.
Plans.
It's on the Nine News website there, so you can take the link on there. So great idea. People power, maybe getting some good results. I've got some questions for you. I know we've got
Okay.
about 4 minutes to go, but
All right, shoot.
Do we need virus protection on Apple appliances?
About 5 to 10 years ago, no. Yes, we do now, because they do actually make viruses for Apples.
Okay.
But that said, there was a survey done a couple of years ago. There's a hacker conference called DEF CON, and one of the questions was, do you think antivirus or anti-malware software is worth it? 87% of all hackers interviewed said, no, it's not effective. They don't even worry about it.
So is Apple less prone to get a virus than a normal Android computer?
At a normal Windows computer,
Yep, Windows.
yes, it is less likely to be
Okay,
infected.
so it's a little
but
bit safer.
It doesn't stop things like Facebook account takeover and that sort of thing.
So roughly how much, for people who want to get virus protection on their Apple, I know there's some free stuff.
Yes.
How do we find it?
Well, one of the, if you really need antivirus software for an Apple computer, I recommend looking for Sophos. That's spelled Sophos. They do have a home version which is free, so those guys are doing a great thing, and I encourage anyone who's got a Mac OS X laptop or computer to go and have a look for Sophos.
Fantastic. Hard drive recovery. How do we do that? Does it work?
It can work. It really depends on how bad the problem is.
So you dropped your hard drive.
All right. If you drop a hard drive, it's possible it's going to be physical damage. So you might be able to have it run long enough where someone with my sort of skill level should be able to get the data off it until it fails completely. And if it goes worse than that, you have to take it to the next step with data recovery specialists. One of them that I've partnered with is PAYAM, that's P-A-Y-A-M, and they actually have these clean rooms where they strip the hard drives apart, rebuild them, pull the data off, and then give it to you on another
Now,
hard
if someone
drive.
has had a problem with their hard drive, as it dropping it or whatever,
Yep.
can they contact you and pay you to fix it for them?
Absolutely.
Beautiful. Next question, apart from Safari and Google, are there any other browsers that people can use?
Okay, so I'll try and list as many as I know. So we've got Microsoft Edge, Internet Explorer, we've got Apple Safari, as you know, Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, there's also Opera,
How do we
Brave.
find them? How do we find them? Do we just put in browsers?
You can just put in browsers, but there is a website I go to all the time when it comes to installing web browsers. That website is called ninite.com. That's Ninite.com. And it's a web page full of free and legal software that you can just put a tick in a box, download a file, it'll install those things for you. So they've got your, all the browsers that you could possibly want. Put a tick in a box, download the
Fantastic.
file, run it, done.
Ben, tell us how you can help people if they're on camera one. Tell us how they can contact you and what sort of work you can do for them.
Okay, well, I can help people with just about anything to do with technology. You can find my website at benaylett.com. That's BENAYLETT.com. And I think we're getting the hurry up, so you might have to keep
We are,
going.
and the website's right underneath you.
There
on
it is.
time. Thank you very much. 6 PR, what time on a Monday?
Every Monday night from 8:20 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Perth's 882 6 PR, and also a live stream happening on YouTube. So
Beautiful.
just follow me for the
Now,
links.
as we've done then, we've asked some questions of Ben. We'd love you to throw us your questions. Now, if you've got questions to do with technology, even if you're not sure, send them to us. But don't send him questions like, are you married? Are you single? Will you come out for dinner? So send it to us at 0439 929 929. That is our SMS number. Just send us the question with your name. You don't have to have a suburb or anything because we've got your phone number anyway, and we will answer it. And next time Ben's here. There you go. Very simple. Tech questions. Send them to us. That is the show for today. Thank you very much to Ben Aylett, of course, for being here today.
Always
Look forward
fun,
to you in
Fred.
a couple of weeks' time as
I'll see
well.
you then.
But you'll catch him on 9 and everywhere else as well. And we'll go out today with Cascade, the band. They're a wonderful local band. The song is called Finesse. And I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful week, Australia. Bye-bye.
Ooh, don't we look good together? There's a reason why they watch all night long. All night long. Yeah, I know we'll turn heads forever. So tonight I'm gonna show you off. And when I'm walking with you, I watch the whole room change. Baby, that's what you do. And my baby don't play. Blame it on my confidence. I blame it on your measurements. We're shutting shit down on sight. That's right. We out here dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. Out here dripping in finesse. You know it, you know. We out here dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. Out here dripping in finesse. You know it, you know. Fellas, grab your lady if your lady fine. Tell her she the one for life. Ladies, grab your fellas and let's do this right. Do this right. If you want a one like me, you're mine. Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Don't it feel so good to be us, babe? Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Girl, we got it going on. Hey, it feels so good. We out here dripping in finesse. It don't make no sense. Out here dripping in finesse. You know it, you know. We out here dripping in finesse with my baby. Don't make no sense. Out here dripping in finesse. You know it, you know we get it. Yeah, we got it going on, got it going on. Don't it feel so good to be us?
don't you know it?
This episode of The Couch is proudly supported by Crown and Andrews Board Games. Fun for the whole family. And Scoot Airlines. Get out of here with Scoot.